And what's up, guys? It's your pal Colonel Phoenix, also Mitch Hona from the Planetaryashes, here again for podcast number 7. With us today, we got our co-host. We got Brogan, also known the Howling,
How we doing?
and we got 3 special guests with us. We got Dylan Browne.
What's up, guys?
So what do you guys do?
I'm a YouTuber, podcast, and all-round social media whore.
All right, and
Legit.
and we also got Daniel.
Yep.
So what do you basically do?
Well, I edit videos that pretty much do my own things. I guess test a whole bunch of different ways to shoot things. Yeah, and also I did a crappy podcast in the past. Whatever. No, not podcast. I mean, sorry, vlog.
And I cannot pronounce his name since it's all upside down.
Yep, that's Cider. I just have a bunch of hobbies that aren't really called jobs. I play guitar, I make music, I do narration, and whatever else catches my fancy.
And his voice is the manliest around.
Indeed. So today on this topic, we're going to be actually talking about the breaking news that everyone have heard, like all over the news. We're going to be talking about the MH17 crash that happened at the eastern Ukraine. The YouPorn offering a special.
LOL. Sorry, I had to add that.
Spot
Well done, Samadua.
is sponsoring a professional Dota 2 and League of Legends. What do you think? Nintendo is sponsoring the next EVO fighting tournament, and also and hopefully if Brendan comes around, we're going to be talking about the Tony Abbott bust the budget.
Is it
And
bad that I'm hard on all of these subjects? Like, my cock is at the ready.
Well, you know what? We didn't need to hear that. Otherwise, it was fine.
indeed,
Right. No, we have to beep it out, man.
Sorry, am I don't allowed to swear?
No, you got
Just have
no
someone
problem.
standing behind him with an air horn at all times, just ready to intercept.
And swear's not.
Okay.
Now's not the time to look at you porn, man. Swear's
Speaking of which, let's actually talk about the the YouPorn offering a
We're
professional.
starting with my favorite one.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at you porn, Mitchell, man? Get context.
So yeah, a professional. Well, like we're about to say, YouPorn is offering a professional Dota 2 and League of Legends sponsorship. So let's actually go to the details. I can't believe this. The sex industry website YouPorn has been teasing its Twitter following as it tested the waters in search of professional gaming team to sponsor. The porn site has put out fillers in Dota 2 and Leagues of Legends and Hearthstone communities, compelling players to make themselves know. Any opinions on that kind of topic that we?
Oh, so much.
I'm for it. There's no way around. That is.
I'm for it. But only because people will then realize how stupid it is that they want their community to be taken seriously.
Here we go. We got our last person coming in. Hopefully he connects. But let's continue about the topic that we're actually talking about. Do you think it's actually a good idea for YouPorn giving them sponsorship to Dota 2, League of Legends, and Hearthstone?
If they handle it well.
Yeah. All right. Welcome aboard, Brendan Lee Reps.
I just got here, which is good.
All right. So let's bring you up to speed, Brendan. We're actually going to be talking about the YouPorn industry offering sponsorship to Dota 2 and League of Legends.
Oh, wow.
So, what do you think, Brendan?
Let
me just get my microphone set up for a minute. It's all wonky at the moment. I just got here, so...
Let's take a mulligan on that one. Wait till he gets his microphone set up.
So yeah, I don't... But the funny thing is, did you know that the YouPorn industry... can you take a guess how... Can anyone take a guess how much money that these sex websites make each and every single year?
Well, it's definitely in the millions. If you add it up collectively, it's in the billions.
Oh, what happened to Dylan? But anyway, yeah, that's right. They manage to get more money because they always do sex kind of videos, kind of things, and you know what? It's all right.
Actually, because of the ad revenue, but go on.
Basically.
I always thought they would have made the money at least in the sort of the billion section.
If you add it up collectively, yeah, it's in the billions, but I'm pretty sure there's not a single porn site out there that actually makes a yearly revenue that's in the billions.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'll be proven wrong. I haven't done the research. Don't quote me.
Man, I wish I had the billions, but,
Yeah.
don't want to do porn doing it,
Like, who wouldn't?
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. Ouch.
I'm coming!
Wow.
I'll stick to watching lesbians, not myself.
I think it's illegal everywhere, but in Canberra that you're able to shoot pornography.
Actually, it's legal in America as long as you're filming it and selling it on the internet.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't think it will be not so good for doing that.
Hey, son, I've been in the porn industry for a long time.
Why would you tell
want to
your
get into
children
acting.
that? Hey, son, guess how you were conceived?
On the job.
Oh, good God.
Glad to see if we can stay on topic.
Yeah.
Actually just, auditioning for a role on a movie and just going, okay, have you had any experience on in film? Well, I did this one thing in the porn.
Wow.
I don't think, no thanks.
No thanks. Who would do that?
Script? What script? F the script, literally.
There was never a script to begin with.
Well, the script included a pizza man, that much I remember.
Oh, good God.
Alright, well,
Radio.
back on topic, maybe.
Great start.
Alright, can we change the...
Yeah, let's change the topic. That's pretty much a bad way to start, but
This is my favorite one.
I think.
This is like, poisoning the children under...
Oh, yeah, that was one of the main things I saw. People are like, oh, it'll poison the children, but if you just limit it to, like, if you compete exclusively in over 18 tournaments, get any sponsors you want, except for maybe the Nazi Party.
Good God.
Oh, man.
Put a rating on this one, Mitch. Make it R18 for discussing porn.
Yeah, I'll make sure of that. Okay, let's actually go to a different topic. Shall we, guys?
Oh, I've missed out on my favourite one. Fucking Indian.
Hey, you're the
I had all the innuendo jokes.
Microphone, dude.
Hey?
Don't leave the microphone, man.
I was thinking of this amazing comparison between Call of Duty players and friggin' League of Legends players. Now it'll never be used.
Who would expect to get a sponsorship from a sex website sponsoring you?
Now that you think it,
Anyone with a brain.
Because everyone
Anyone with a brand.
looking it up.
Yes, with brand.
I
Indeed.
guess just the advertising be the best thing, surely.
And it's like, hey, did you hear about this guy? He's getting sponsored by a porn website. Oh my god, I gotta check this out. Do you know how much more popular he would get just for being sponsored by a porn website?
Even stuff for free.
Wow, okay.
Indeed.
I mean, we know surely we'd all use YouPorn to like advertise ourselves, though, right? Like I've considered making a video a couple of times, maybe shirt off and then just cutting through and go, oh hey, check me out here, and just lulling them into a false sense of security.
Right
God.
back.
All right, no problems. But
I'll be right back too.
yeah. So Brendan, since you're here, should we actually? Yeah, the Tony
Go
Abbott,
on.
the Tony Abbott bust the budget. You went there.
This was in the holidays. Actually, was it the last Sunday of the holidays, or was it? I think it was the last Sunday of the holidays. Ended up going to Sydney for bust the budget. You know, wanting to get better government or something. I went with a few friends of mine who decided to invite me there because, why not? And I thought it might be a great idea considering
Yeah.
I'd rather actually vote for a better government than to deal with the crap we got right now. So
Hang on, just to stop you right there. Daniel, Dylan, you said your mic's not working, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Brendan, I think you might need to lean.
It feels alright.
I think you might need to lean back away from the mic a bit, mate.
okay,
I think that might be better from there.
good.
All right. So yeah, Brendan actually went to Sydney to actually go to the Tony Abbott bust the budget that happened about 3 weeks back, and guess how many people was there? Like at Sydney,
12,000, I heard.
about almost 85,000 people went there. Yeah.
I heard. I'm looking at the report right now, and it says the crowd was 12,000 strong at Parliament House.
Oh, okay, yeah. I might.
Yeah, that was probably in Canberra or something. I'm talking about in Sydney.
Oh yeah, this was Melbourne. Damn.
Yeah.
No, I was in Sydney doing it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Well, you know what? Sydney might have had 80,000 people, but Melbourne had Peppa Pig.
Melbourne.
What?
Face palm.
Someone was in a Peppa Pig costume, marching against the Abbott thing.
What?
Oh my god.
Dear Lord.
I
What?
wouldn't like to be that guy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knife him. Get back here.
All right. So let's actually go on to your topics that you have brought up, guys. So Brogan.
I'm gonna start off, yeah.
Yep. Your topic
Okay.
first.
So right now, my first topic is Oz Comic Con in Brisbane, and Sydney. So I'll do the Sydney one first because I'm attending that. So in Sydney, it's starting on the 13th to the 14th of September,
Yep.
and the guests coming are Mark Shepherd from Warhouse 13 and Supernatural,
Oh, nice.
and also William Shatner from Star Trek. And we also have a few voice actors. Roger, don't know how to pronounce that. Roger Bumpas from SpongeBob SquarePants, and we got Jim Cummings from Winnie the Pooh, and a lot of others.
Really an all-star cast.
All-star
Yes.
cast.
And so that's it for Comic Con, because all the same actors are going to Brisbane.
And
And my next topic is upcoming movies. So I heard that Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods is premiering in the United States on August 5.
It's only been a thing for years.
There's another one?
Yes, Battle of Gods.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good movie. The animation was amazing.
Hmm.
And so that's the English version. Also premiering on the same day is
Anime.
Teenage. Stop interrupting me, man. And is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, the new one?
Yes.
Oh,
with
God.
Megan Fox. I love Megan Fox.
I hate her. She combines the looks of a professional porn star with the acting of an amateur porn star.
I know, bro.
Oh,
Screen junkies.
jeez.
Okay. I was
Gee.
watching that last night, actually. That was pretty weird.
I was watching the Divergent one.
Seriously?
Yeah, I actually watched that as well. Not long ago.
Oh, God.
Also coming to the cinemas is Guardians of the Galaxy on August 1.
Yes.
What are your minds on that?
Yes.
It looks
Yes.
Bing,
Yes.
bing. You got my attention.
And also on August 14 is The Expendables 3.
Hmm.
Does
And
anyone actually still care about the Expendables?
I
no.
thought the second one was pretty good.
I don't know. I don't think the Expendables are holding on.
And premiering today is Mrs. Brown's Boys, the movie.
Now, who
I
was?
sort of laughed at some of Mrs. Brown's Boys. Just my favorite scene ever was when she thought she was Wonder Woman thanks to the drugs she was taking.
2 words, man. Back in hell. They made a movie.
Oh man. All right. So Daniel, what do you got for your kind of topics for today?
Topics. Boy, I didn't really think about too much.
Yeah, I just had to look up quickly.
Yeah. I didn't even know I was going to almost make it tonight. Let's think.
Unprofessional.
Oh, good
We
God.
can just come back to him later.
Yeah,
come
we'll-
back to me later, I guess.
Yeah, I think we'll come back to that later. Okay, here we go. The next topic that we're looking at right now is Nintendo will officially sponsor the next EVO fighting tournament.
I am for this.
All right. So you basically know almost like all of it.
I have the basic rundown, yeah.
All right. So if you this is quote unquote from the Escapist magazine, saying if you had told my 15 or 20-year-old self that Nintendo will be officially sponsoring the world biggest fighting game tournament in 2014, I would have a laugh at you, but that certainly seems to be case as esports caster Ron, my Mangrated, has just revealed the list of official sponsors of EVO 2014 via Twitter, and there's Nintendo joining the ranks of Twitch and Mad Cats and more. Did anyone actually thought of Nintendo will be sponsoring the next EVO fighting tournament? Did anyone thought of that?
No, sorry, man.
No.
Listen.
I'm surprised it's not.
Someone able to explain to me what EVO is?
It's basically just this huge fighting tournament thing, which includes all the best fighting games of like the current generation.
So, like,
there's Xbox is joining it. There's Atlas. There's Twitch, Nintendo, Mad Cats. Just all these people who have been producing fighting games just come here to show off their games, and they all get ranked. And it's actually surprising that Nintendo is joining the sponsors, because originally when they released Super Smash Bros. Melee, they actually blocked it from streaming it last year's EVO, or attempted to block it.
oh wow, seriously?
So they didn't want their games there, but then they reversed it. I'm not sure. I'll just assume popular demand.
Oh,
So this year they've just given in and they're sponsoring it.
wow. Did not expect that.
Actually, it was a pretty good move on their part this time, with almost 1,000 people competing in the Melee tournament this year.
Because everyone won like Super Smash Brothers. Well, almost everyone.
Smash Brothers is just like that universal fighting game which everyone has something to like about.
Yeah.
What reasoning did they give behind not putting out last year?
Give me a sec.
You really did send me off to a loop there, Daniel. Oh, God. Yeah, but we'll come back onto that topic while we try and find the recent one. So, Dylan, is your mic working fine?
It sounds like you're trying to record while standing outside a moving car.
Me?
A bit.
I don't know what's going on with my mic, guys.
Radio. So, any topics that you got for us, Daniel, that could interest us and the viewers?
I guess opinions. This is something I thought of a while ago. I don't know if it's relative to everyone. In recent years, we've had a lot more gaming content on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I just guess the disappearance more of quality machinima towards Let's Plays.
What?
Like how many people doing machinimas in contrast to, I guess, Let's Plays on video games.
Radio.
Are you saying that there's a boom in people making machinimas rather than Let's Plays? Because that's pretty.
Not in the opposite.
Let's Plays rather than machinima. Well, that's also pretty simple to explain. Just with machinima, it's sort of become less of an elite club and more join if you can be bothered. So people are actually more tempted to strike out on their own after the success of people like Markiplier and Tobuscus and PewDiePie, who didn't sign on to any particular network. They just struck out on their own, and they've done really well.
Yeah, they managed to reach up into the millions, didn't they?
Yeah, they're all in the billions now.
What about machinimas in topics of its own creative form, as in terms of creating somewhat filmic story within a game in itself?
That's sort of something that's seen as less difficult to do than your own Let's Play, because it's essentially just taking footage and putting your own story over it, as far as I can tell. And I don't know, it just sort of seems like an easy thing to do. And with a lot of machinima, I see it's generally low quality editing.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to have been that, I reckon. It used like when you look at obviously things that did start in and really push that forward. I reckon when you looked at things such as Red vs. Blue, even way back. Way
in the beginning, Red vs. Blue was really poorly animated, but then a lot of things started that way, like Team 4 Star's Dragon Ball Z Abridged. A lot of stuff that's actually really well done now started off with people just fumbling around with editing programs, but it's the mark of someone who's actually decent to actually push themselves and improve and become professional at what they do. And it's one of the reasons they become so popular.
Whoa.
And I can't hear myself think over whoever's microphone is stuffing up because it sounds like they're trying to eat it.
Brendan, that's your mic, mate.
Mine?
Yeah, yours. Okay.
Sorry, I somehow left.
Yeah. Speaking of Red vs. Blue, has anyone seen the latest episode of season 12 of it?
I have stopped following Red vs. Blue. It stopped being funny.
When they started doing this CGI, I finished that season, whatever they were starting with the CGI on top of that building or whatever.
Yeah.
I finished that one, except I haven't gone around to watching anything lately, I guess, of it.
So you basically stopped at season 8. That's when the CGI starts to kick in.
I love the CGI.
Yeah, I loved it too. It's just that I haven't continued on from that point. The point in the story where they're kind of at that building and there's that corporate guy, whatever, and they go to the top of the hotel and stuff like that.
The guy with 2 coffees?
Because
that's the last episode I remember watching.
Don't you dare. Yes. That's have to be South Dakota doing her... no, actually, both South Dakota and North Dakota doing the stealth mission.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about because I actually got that movie.
Yeah, I actually found that episode kind of funny, but then I just sort of stopped watching. I don't know.
I'm basically still watching it. It's still funny, but
It probably is. I just can't be bothered finding out.
but other than that, the new season of Ruby coming out this week.
I actually wanted to talk about this, but I didn't think it would be brought up in this podcast, so I
I've
should
never heard of
probably
the TV
talk
show.
about it.
One of those things that I never really got into.
Right,
Please don't spoil.
I never even watched an episode.
Me spoil? Hell no.
I never got into it.
I said, please don't spoil.
yeah, he'll try and keep
So
it.
I won't spoil.
Okay.
He'll
Telling
try.
me the pilot episode and its plot would be spoiling.
Yeah, he'll try and keep it in the minimal, won't you, Brendan?
I don't even know the protagonist.
Oh, yeah, I'll try, but, you know,
All right.
yeah.
Like again, you might need to lean back from your mic because your mic is like bursting out a bit, mate.
Okay, how's this?
Would you consider that good or bad, boys?
Oh, okay.
Back a bit.
Back a bit, mate.
I don't know. This microphone is connected to my headset. God damn it!
I'm using
I don't
a
know how
headset,
far I
Mike.
can get.
Me too.
Just just
Is
take
that better?
Yeah,
Or worse.
do better, man.
that will do.
Try talking a little quieter.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
there we go.
That's better.
That's a little bit better.
Thank you.
So sorry, guys, about that.
Finally.
All right. So the new season of Ruby is actually coming out with new villains and also yet some new heroes and also yet a new story plot to it, which I think we should try avoid minimal plot, minimal spoiler alerts because we don't want to spoil everyone, spoil the storyline for it. Yeah.
I actually can't wait for the TV show Flash. The Flash, that'd be cool.
Ugh.
It's going to be the Green Lantern of TV shows. I'm calling it.
No wait, I think they already made
I
one.
reckon it'd be good.
Archer was where it was at its pinnacle, or Arrow. Damn it, I get those shows.
I mean, Arrow was good and Smallville as well, but you know,
Ugh.
Smallville's great.
I don't know. I didn't watch Smallville, and I'm gonna be watching it now afterwards. So, no thanks.
Smallville is something that doesn't interest me.
Oh, okay. So we only got 4 of the minority here, and we got 1 person who actually likes Smallville. So sorry.
It was good enough that it kept on going for more than 1 season, so you know what? It
Well,
must have had something.
Yeah,
If only a lot of funding.
indeed.
I was only watching it because of Lois Lane.
Fair enough.
And
Technically underage Lois Lane, but whatever floats you boat.
and the superpowers, but that's about it.
All right.
The friggin' I saw in the animation and CGI stuff that the superpowers was so uncanny valley. It was just like in that area between good and bad. That's just so
It's-
weird.
There are some flaws with the CGI that I really hate. Like when in one of the seasons where the car was going out of control and Clark Kent had to lift it to stop it, and that just looks so crap. And also in one of the earlier seasons, I think season 3, where the car again was going out of control, and I think Clark Kent had to
Do you think they just have a
stop
problem
in
with
front of it?
cars on the set of Smallville?
Yeah.
just put real cars in there, man.
I could tell you all about that and the problems that faces, but no, shut up.
Here,
And the super speed shit too, you know, man.
actually, could we
I
actually
could
talk?
do better on that.
Could we actually talk about this? Like, since TV shows and movies are like speeding up, like becoming more new. Do you think there's a bit more CGI there is, or is there a little less?
Definitely
think-
more.
Are you talking about CGI or just special effects in general?
Special effects and CGI.
Well, there's definitely more of that. You can't go without it these days because if you want to sell a movie these days, what you need is a lot of just fancy holograms and all that stuff. Almost no movie will sell big if you don't have at least one friggin' interactive hologram device.
Yeah.
But don't you think they're taking it a little bit too much with the CGI?
Fuck man.
I don't
even
think so.
the
I actually
hurricanes.
like a lot of the concepts they introduce.
Yeah.
It depends if it suits the actual thing itself. If it like within television CGI itself, it's not as well done as it is in movies, of course, because you're producing a whole bunch of episodes and you've got to get
There's
them
always
out
more
and
effort put into a
Yeah.
movie.
Like here's one. Like in the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Actually, I think it was pretty well done in those. A lot better than it was done in the old Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, you like fucking Spider-Man, but not Smallville. But
Hey, don't you start this debate.
when you talk about better,
oh no.
Oh dear.
when you talk about better, right? Do you mean for its time, or do you mean in terms of what's available now?
In terms of what's available now, I reckon, and there was a lot more effort put into it. Like, a lot of people just thought the movie was going to be put out so that Sony could hold on to the rights for Spider-Man, which maybe was true, but somewhere along the line, someone thought, you know what, let's take the money Sony's giving us and do something decent with it. So a lot more effort was put into the movie, the first one at least, and it had a good story and some great effects.
But I think I wouldn't. Not trying to be rude to people who actually like Spider-Man. I think they pretty much took the money and shot themselves in the foot there.
Oh, why?
Oh.
I demand to know your reasoning.
Well, the reason is because I know I might get myself shot in the foot here as well, but let's see how it goes. But look, the CGIs, like, I have counted way too many CGIs. I think they should actually keep it to a bare minimal to like make the movie a little bit more better without overdosing with CGIs.
Did you even see the scenes where we were seeing from Spider-Man's point of view?
Yeah, I actually
Those
have.
were the best things I'd ever seen.
Oh, yeah, I knew this day will come, me getting talked back, but yeah, I'll cop this one, thank you.
Well, I am not talking back. I'm just respectfully disagreeing. I reckon the CGI in the movie was great. It was well placed, and the actors pulled it off well.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the listeners, pretty much. If you guys actually like Spider-Man, please hit me with all you got. I don't care at the moment.
Bring it on to this, man. Pile it on.
I reckon, I like the CGI in the Amazing Spider-Man as well as the cast members. The only thing I didn't like was the cliched storyline with Dr. Connors.
Also,
that was crap.
It was an origin story. Did you want them to rewrite his origins for the sake of the movie? Because that was done with Superman, and look how well that was received.
Wow.
yeah, but didn't they already do origin stories?
I'll say Man of Steel shit, but I'll go.
I agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree on that one.
Smallville's good. Man of Steel shit. I'll give you that.
We're just gonna keep looping this back to Smallville.
Look,
Everything is about Smallville.
jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The character pick for Amazing Spider-Man is good, but pretty much. I will stop right there. But on other topic that we could actually talk about is I'm actually heading off to the EB Games Expo that will be happening on October the 3rd to October the 5th.
Yes.
I'm never keen with
I am not going, sadly.
TV thing.
I'm going.
Oh, sweet. So we be able to meet each other from there.
I'm
Probably.
not going, but it might be alright. It'll at least be better than E3.
I'll think about it.
It's not hard. It's like I live in Sydney. It's in Sydney. It's Sydney.
It's in Sydney.
It's in the same
Sydney,
state
Sydney,
as me. I really have no reason not to
It's
go.
everywhere.
It's in the same city.
It's on the same continent.
So, yeah.
They start to spread it out like Comic Con. It's just like, yes, it's in Melbourne. Now it's in Adelaide. Now it's in.
So let's go. Well, just to go over again, even though known I have said this 3 times. If you go back from the podcast, viewers, but like I said, we still got confirmed exhibitors. We got 2K Games, Activision, Astro, Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Electronic Arts, GameSport, Logitech, Nintendo, BDP, Plantronics. I think almost everyone's favorite, the PlayStation.
Stay short.
I just want everyone there to slap everyone who's representing EA at least once.
Then we got
Oh no, Ubisoft now. Ubisoft's being a bit of.
Ubisoft is being bad now, but EA has always been bad. And recently they've been trying to claim that it's the gamer's fault for not adapting to all EA's microtransaction shit.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And with their apology for Battlefield 4,
and
Hardline is released.
yeah, there we go. I was about to say that.
Hardline. Don't get me started on Hardline. What is this?
What EA's been doing the whole time.
This is Sparta.
We're sorry, that launch was inexcusable. It will never happen again. Hey, did you hear about a new game?
Also on still on lineup, we got TTE Sport, Total Beach, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers Games, and Xbox.
Hey, I have a TTE Sport keyboard.
Yeah,
Is it Ubisport or
eSport, Double T eSport.
Oh, okay.
They're on.
Yeah, and
Pronunciation.
and tickets are still selling out. So guys, if you still want to go to the EB Games Expo, I'll make sure I put a link in the description down below so you can get your tickets.
Even though I'm not going, I would suggest going. It looks like it's going to be fun.
Indeed.
Just rock up. Have you got your ticket?
You,
No. That's all right.
Go in your best Oliver Twist outfit. See if they'll take pity on you.
man.
I don't know. Is it worth it? I think so. Well, I don't want to pay for it.
I can't
Well,
believe I got in Oliver Coke. That'll be $8. No, I believe it.
Is that not? I'm out of here.
does that?
Coke.
Who's that excited to see? Who's that excited to wait for Mortal Kombat X to come out soon?
Play Mortal Kombat.
With the Mortal Kombat games, there's sort of been this habit they've had of releasing one good game and then just driving themselves back into the shit again.
Then rise back up, and
Yes, but not directly after a game that was as fantastic as what the last Mortal Kombat installment was.
that was.
But I will say that it was under a new batch of developers who decided to look at what people did like about Mortal Kombat. So if they're going to continue that string, then we might actually see a new pattern where they just keep releasing good games, which I am personally looking forward to.
Yeah.
Another topic I would like to suggest discussing it in terms of games anyway.
Go right ahead.
Upcoming games. What do you guys think about Sledgehammer on the new Call of Duty?
Oh, Advanced
weapon.
Warfare.
Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Like they've been developing this game themselves over the course of 3 years, right? Which is plenty amount of time for a good enough time to flesh out a game.
We have learned that the amount of time and development cycle does not equate to how good a game will be.
It does not
We
necessarily.
should have learned this by now.
Yes.
Good
But
God.
in terms of it itself being it's not necessarily new to the franchise, as they kind of helped with like games like Modern Warfare 3 with Activision. As in terms of its own body, it's it itself creating a new Call of Duty game. Do you think they would have been able to learn from the Activision's and Treyarch's mistakes and been somehow
What mistakes?
Yes,
Each of those games has been a blockbuster money-wise.
they have. In terms of though, what in terms of it being different and new from what's kind of been repeating over and over, even though they are, in terms of sales, they're not mistakes. But when you look at the
When you look at the content, it's the same game over and over again on a different physics engine. Yes.
Yes.
and that's what I kind of refer. Well, it's not necessarily a mistake. Something
Yeah.
If they're actually addressing that problem, it will be good to see, but they will also be shooting themselves in the kneecaps at the starting line, because that will drastically shrink the amount of people who are willing to take a look at the game.
Which Advanced Warfare will be pretty much coming to the EB Games Expo, so I might have a look and get a good opinion.
It better be good.
Who's it being
because
produced by?
Ghosts was a
Sledgehammer
huge
Games.
letdown.
Oh, Sledgehammer.
Yeah,
Are those just another subsidiary of EA, or?
No, they're substance. With on Call of Duty, they kind of helped make a couple of the others as Cider, but
Well,
them taking
No
the
point in
game
counting your
itself.
chickens before they hatch. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, that's
It'll be interesting.
so we're pretty much going to be having a look at it once it comes around, like in the EB Games Expo. So me and Daniel might be able to have a good look at it. But
See if it brings something new to the table, if it does, or if it's the same old.
if they don't bring something new to the table, I'm just going to say stuff it. I'm not going to buy. It's not worth my money. I'm not going to buy it, because basically almost every Christmas we always have some new new 12s coming up playing Call of Duty, going off their fucking rockers.
Oh, yes.
That's
I- I'm
basically one of the staples of the Call of Duty fan base, screaming 12-year-olds.
I made a comment to one of my friends in the line of EB Games Expo last time. I'm like, look at all those 12-year-old Call of Duty screamers. It's just
Although
like
I have found
all
a
the
more
kids.
detestable group of friggin' 12-year-olds. They're with GTA 5, you know how you can form your own groups and stuff like that online.
Yeah.
You would not believe how seriously some of the online biker gangs are taking themselves. It is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. They
Oh.
are so dead serious about themselves, and
Oh, good
whenever
God.
you're playing the game, whenever someone higher ranking than you comes by, you must salute them. Whenever someone's riding in formation, you have a designated place. There is a designated everything. There's rules you must follow, or they're gonna shoot you. Rada rada.
Oh my
In the
God.
YouTube comments section for their intro videos, there's all this stuff about how they're not stepping on each other's toes and gang wars and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
It is so good to look at,
Wow.
and you just weep for the future of these people.
This is the real projects.
I think they actually took it a little too far, like being in gangs and doing
Yeah, it's
something.
exactly what's
Yeah,
happened.
it
They've
is.
taken it way
Too
too far.
far. Yeah. What about you, Brogan?
Man. No comment.
Smart.
Yeah, it's smart. But you know what? There's always some trollers around the world, like in games. They always like to troll people, from GTA 5 to the to RPG games like Dota 2 and other games as well.
Those aren't RPGs, they're MOBAs, and I will shun them for it.
Oh, looking up the MOBA.
But you know what? Last night, don't you always find it annoying when someone's on their last hit of health and you got something lined up and ready to shoot in, but in the last minute something blocks you? Don't you find that annoying?
I find it more annoying when someone else takes the hit.
Well, hear this. Last night I was playing Dota 2, and
You're already dead to me. Go on.
no, get this. I was playing one of the easiest heroes that you can ever play is Sniper, and someone played as Faceless Void, and Faceless Void is so fucking broken when it comes to his second ability, where he can actually dodge hits. He can officially dodge hits, and also yet he also apparently ulties.
So everyone else just stands there and takes the damage?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, this game sounds so fun.
But the funny thing is, the most annoying thing is, I had my ult ready and good to go. I had Faceless Void. He was on low health. Shot him. The fucker didn't die. That's annoying.
Wow.
Okay, I'll just agree with you here because I'm way out of my territory.
Yeah,
Man, like, every time you play a first-person shooter game, you end up killing all of us.
What, me?
Yes.
One of the few online games I've been playing a lot recently is Guns of Icarus, because that is just one of the most hilariously fun games I can find.
Oh man. Wait, Guns of Icarus. What is that all about?
Basically, it's just this thing where there's 4 teams, on each team 4 people, each team pilots one airship. It's like all steampunk and stuff, so we usually have 1 pilot, 2 engineers, and a gunner.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own separate jobs to do on the ship, and the idea is there's 2 ships on each team, and you have to shoot down the other teams a certain number of times. So it's like death matches in steampunk air balloons with machine guns and flamethrowers and bombs.
Oh wow.
Sounds tiring.
Seems.
Are you kidding? You can pretend to be the most amazing captain the skies have ever seen and shoot down the other guy carrying moonshine.
Yeah.
I've got
Which is actually usable.
Yeah. Seems interesting though.
Mm.
Oh,
Now,
My explanation doesn't do it justice.
yeah. Before, I think we might need to wrap this up about 6 to 7 minutes, shall we, guys?
do you want to talk about
It's up to you, really.
All right. Now let's actually talk about the breaking news that this news has spread out so quickly. Shall we talk about it, guys?
I reckon it'll be a touchy issue, but we can probably approach it.
Yeah. Just to let you know, guys.
Yeah?
Just to let you know, guys and viewers, we're not actually despising them. We're actually feel your pain that some of your relatives are actually dead, or some of your friends. We're actually talking about them. We're not the monsters here. They are the monsters. So here we go. Russia on Monday released a military monitoring report which showed a military jet Su-25 which belonged to a Kiev following Malaysia Airlines MH17 sometime before it was shot down in Ukraine. According to the reports, the jet was merely 3 to 5 kilometers from Boeing, which was carrying 300 people, and also yet 27 Australian people had also yet died.
Numbers climbed to 36.
36?
Or around there.
Wow.
Jeez. But
Wow.
yeah, this release led to Russia posing yet another set of questions to Ukraine and the US regarding to circumstance of the tragedy as reported by Russia Today. Now we have actually heard this from news and also yet on the radio. They actually think that a missile was shot from ground to hit the airplane from the air. So ground to air missile had actually shot that down.
I just hope that the United States don't pick it up as a sign for another war,
I don't think they're going to do that.
I don't think so too.
Same thing with the Russians.
Except Russia is saying some ridiculous things right
Could
now.
sorry to say this.
Go
Am I able to take the floor a bit here? Because I've
Go ahead.
been kind of following this, like, ever since the Ukrainian unrest has been happening for several months. Well, not several months. As soon as the riots started, I've been kind of following it a bit. It started out as a simple protest against the government, with two sides: the pro-Russian and pro-Ukrainian. You've got your pretty much. What happened was that the previous president, prime minister, I can't remember the exact system they've set. Their previous one was meant he was going to align with Russia. He eventually left and went over to escape Ukraine's unrest to Russia. In the meantime, kind of in the last few months, or last month or so, whenever the elections were held, a new prime minister came into head of the government, Poroshenko, who was elected by the people of Ukraine who did vote. Although, I guess, again, that probably not all the populace did vote on this election due to the current situation of unrest, conflict, and, well, what you've got now, the whole entire civil war, has pretty much happening, and still it happened and still is happening. It started off with rest riots, and then you've had slight armament of one side and another side, and then it's just when Crimea was annexed by the Russians, it kind of helped evolve this unrest that happened between both sides. You now have this part that was once part of an independent country that gained its independence for very much for the first time from the Soviet Union in 1991, when the Soviet Union was kind of dispersed. They're their own country, and now it's just that you've had pretty much Russian-based lineages since before that already stationed in the easternmost part of Ukraine, which is the closest part towards Russia, which just makes geographical sense, of course, that most of probably the Russian ethnicities are closer to Russia than they are to the to the western side of Ukraine. Anyway, going along from this, it's absolutely turned out into this war that we kind of know today against the National Army of Ukraine, the National Guard, and also the I can't remember the name. It's kind of
militia.
It's Ukrainian militia. Starts with B. I can't remember its exact name, but anyway, nevertheless, you've got these two sides now fighting each other on ideologies of what started off as riots between two simple civil riots that were non-violent, or were kind of violent, but not to the extent that also full-on war, with people wanting to join the European Union and the other side wanting Ukraine to be part of Russia. Yeah, that's still happening, except it's turned into a bloody conflict.
Yeah, but
with these both sides, and now in the midst of all of this anarchy, we've had a unfortunate incident of it's just of this of people who aren't even part of this mess that's been happening. It's just shocking. It's hard to explain. It's as soon as that happens, you realize it's brought in the whole. It's not just these two sides. It's brought in everyone, because just I guess it's a side leading factor that's happened from this is that these innocent people have been involved in this, they've been due to the conflict that's happened. We've had the unfortunate accident of this aeroplane being shot down, and it's just unexplainable. It's
If
quite sounding shocking, really. It's
it's very unexplainable why someone like from Russia or whoever, the Ukraine or Russia, doing that.
The thing is, though, the separatists have been shooting down Ukrainian aircraft, mostly aircraft cargo planes, and surface-to-ground fighter jets. The most simplest explanation for this is that they accidentally mistaken this for another Ukrainian cargo plane, which they've shot down. I think one cargo plane, a couple of fighters already before they shot down that one. It's the most simplest explanation, really. They just mistook it for another Ukrainian military cargo plane, and it's just, oh gosh. I mean, they've been. Ukraine doesn't have a reason to shoot down any aircraft at all, if you think about it, because the Russian separatists, or known as the Donetsk People's Republic, do not have an air force at all. They're just a rebel movement. There's no reason for Ukraine to shoot down an aircraft. It would have been a Russian aircraft if it was a military aircraft, and they wouldn't have shot it down, because that would have started so much crap, and like that completely nullifies the point of Ukraine shooting down an aircraft.
And completely bull. But I think we had actually talked a little bit too much about that, don't you think?
Yeah, it's it's right now. It's
topics that go forever.
Yeah. I mean, sorry for taking up too much time, but does anyone else have anything else to say about what's been happening?
No.
Cider?
What's up?
You kind of dozed off, did you, there?
No, I was listening. I just sort of zoned out a little. What was the question?
Do you have any other opinions on the topic that we were talking about?
Oh, I have a few, but one of the ones that I wanted to talk about was Russia floating a bunch of conspiracy theories, and one of the ones they floated actually was that America sent the plane over and loaded it with dead bodies, and then had it shot down to blame Russia. It's just something Russia's been saying, and it is one of the most stupid things. And they're trying to say it's actually the MH370, which mysteriously disappeared.
But I've heard that one. I've heard that one, that they just put it there and exploded it, and and
just loaded it with dead bodies. So they had a reason to start a war, which.
But what I found bullshit is people like. I found this very weird that people are actually like the Russians or Ukrainians are actually taking bodies and putting it into a quote unquote special train.
They do need.
Oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's supposedly a refrigeration train.
Yeah, it's to preserve the bodies, so that except they're holding the bodies hostage and saying that until an expert, quotation marks, comes along and tells them what to do with the bodies, they're gonna stay in the train and not move.
That's bullshit.
And they're not gonna give the bodies to the countries.
Yeah.
Which is causing a lot of outrage.
Causing completely outrage. But I think
like all the world leaders have been getting together. Like Abbott's actually been doing some decent things. Like he's released a statement, which I wasn't expecting, but he said to like the 36 families who've been affected by this that they can call him at any time they want, just so they know.
I don't think Abbott's going to help anyone. At least I don't think he would. But anyway, I think it's time to wrap up, guys. thank you guys for thank you guys for listening to the podcast, and I'd like to thank. We're not actually done yet, Cider. Don't jump out on us yet. But I'd like to thank our 4 special guests with us today. I'll make sure I put a link. Oh, actually, no, sorry. I'd like to thank 1 recurrent guest and my co-host that came with us today, and I'd like to thank Daniel and Cider that came along with us.
It's been a pleasure.
I'll make sure I put a link and description down below, so you guys can actually find Cider and also Daniel's YouTube channel, or if you got any more questions. But until then, guys, I'm actually going to be having a 3 weeks break due to the fact that I'm actually packing up and moving. But until then, I'll be making podcasts on the track. But again, thank you guys for jumping on.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And this is Colonel Phoenix signing off for the Planetary Ashes Podcast.
Bye.
All right. See you later.